Sergeant Barry, who became a court officer in 1982 and then was promoted to sergeant as an instructor at the Court Officers Academy in 1989. And it is so wonderful. He's here today with us, and today we are here to talk about what led him to be a sergeant and also his inspiring story of bravery in the rescue efforts during 9/11. Aye, let us welcome Sergeant Frank Barry. Thank you so much for being here and welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you so much for inviting me. I feel honored to be here.
And I know, Sergeant, that you are busy and you took time off today. And I know because as you were saying that earlier, that the shortage of officers, but you still made it up. Thank you so much for taking the time off.
Oh, very welcome. I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you very much. Well, let me start by saying this, that we talk about a lot of things in a little while, but let me just start with this in your bio that you are a court officer. Do let me know what led you to be in this field.
Well, when I graduated St. John's University in 1980.
Okay.
And I was a science major, and I was a high school teacher, and I was in a Catholic high school, and I was teaching, but the pay wasn't that great.
Okay.
And the New York City public school system at the time, not picking on the schools now,
Okay.
we're talking about 1980 now,
Okay.
they were having some problems.
Okay.
And the court officer job intrigued me, and my
Okay.
sister was interested in being a police officer and so on. She encouraged me to take the test, and I did.
Okay.
And I went for the interviews, and I really liked it, and I fit right in. I went right into the job.
Very nice.
In December of 1982.
December of 1982. And could you also tell us what the role is as a court officer?
In a word, the court officer's job is to help people who come into the courthouse.
Okay.
We're there as security. We're there to take care of the juries.
Okay.
If we have people in custody, we make
Okay.
sure they stay in custody, that they don't
Right.
escape.
Right.
And once in a while, when we have somebody who's out of custody who has to be brought in, it's called a remand.
Right.
We do the remands. So
Okay.
you see us on the metal detectors when you
Right.
first come into the courthouse.
Right.
We'll be security outside the courtroom. When you
Okay.
go into the courtroom, you'll see us in uniforms, not so formal like mine that I'm wearing. This is the formal uniform that I'm wearing right now. This is called
Okay.
the Class A.
Class A, okay.
Usually you see court officers in what's called the Class B uniform.
Okay. So this is a special event today, so that's
Right.
why you wore the Class
Right.
A, which I really, really thank you for doing that. Also, I know, being a court officer as you are, it sounds very interesting, and the things that you do. Is there anything that you feel that you would like to share with us? I know it's a very serious job, and it's not something that anybody can do it. There are trained, proper officers who are, being in this position. But is there anything that you feel that you would like to share? Any experience that you felt that, why are people doing this, or anything like that?
Well, I would say the most positive experience I have, because all court officers are trained
Okay.
in CPR,
Okay.
the AED machine, basic first aid.
Okay.
And a couple of times when people had situations where they needed first aid and they needed someone to call an ambulance and get the AED machine there very quickly, just in case something happened, when you're in a situation and you know what to do and you can help somebody,
Right.
that's such a good feeling. And the same thing as an instructor.
Okay.
I'm a certified CPR instructor.
Okay.
And the best part of that is a number of times I got phone calls from people, and the most common thing that happens with CPR training is when you have small children put everything in their mouth.
Okay.
And if you have a little baby, less than a year old, somewhere around there, and put something in their mouth, they start choking. It's
Right.
such a common thing.
Okay.
And to teach people how to do that and get a call that says, "Hey, Sarge, thank you so much for showing me that, because I saved my kid's life last night or
Right.
yesterday."
Right.
That is such a wonderful feeling.
Wow. So now let me ask you, as you were saying that, first thing, the CPR.
Yes.
A lot of people who do not know how to do CPR, which is a very important role, especially for parents. As you were saying, as
Absolutely.
a child, you never know if you're looking 1 second away, they might have a quarter or penny or anything that they can find on the floor or anywhere. They can put it in their mouth, and of course, the life death threatened. What would you suggest to those people and parents that that they can go? And what is the procedure?
Sure. Well, I can't do a CPR class on
Right.
that, so, but I would say, get online,
Right.
look up for CPR, see who's doing the training near you,
Okay.
whether it's, sometimes it's the gyms do it, the fitness programs, sometimes the local YMCA,
Okay.
the community centers and things like that.
Okay.
It's a very important skill, and it's pretty easy. Most people can learn it, pretty easily,
Right.
and it's so important. If you ever needed to do the skill,
Right.
and you don't know it, it's something you might regret forever. Because
Okay.
it is life-saving.
Right. Well, today we have, and it's an honor to have this wonderful Sergeant Barry with us today on the show, who is going to share with us about his life story and how he started. Of course, you told us about just right now. And I know, Sergeant, you have been traveling also.
Yes.
You travel a lot of places. Tell me about that.
Well, let's see. We've been to South Korea.
Okay.
Okay. We've been to Iceland, my
Okay.
wife and I. Matter of fact, when we were in Korea, my daughter was a teacher there, my son-in-law.
Okay.
They were both elementary school teachers,
Okay.
English as a second language. And, we had a really, really wonderful time in South Korea. My wife and I traveled to Iceland.
Okay.
It was really, really lovely also. Very exciting trip. We went to China.
Okay.
And
Oh, wow.
It was just so enjoyable. And my wife and I couldn't believe it. The first day there,
Right.
we get on the bus and we're standing on the Great Wall of China. We're like
Wow.
two giddy little children looking at each
Right.
other. We're standing on the Great Wall of China. We can't
Right.
believe this.
Right. So that must be a great experience. And you were saying that you went to Iceland too. Did you see the Northern Lights?
Well, that was the only thing. We kind of saw them, but not very well. Because
Okay.
when we went, it was cloudy.
Okay.
So, I have a nice, digital SLR camera, and I took pictures of the clouds.
Right.
But
But
you
it was
barely
not
see with the
solid.
naked eye. But when you put it on the computer and you enhance the color, you can see a little bit.
There's beautiful lights.
So did I see the Northern Lights?
You can say you saw a little bit. But also, as you were saying, that your daughter and your son-in-law, they were teachers and they were teaching kids English in South Korea.
Yes.
How was their experience, and how was your experience to to say that go ahead and do it? How was your experience with that? How was their experience too at the same time?
When we went and we saw how they interacted with the children,
Right.
it was just so nice. It really, really was. We really, really, definitely enjoyed that.
So you
we
must
were
be proud
a little
parents.
bit afraid when we went back.
Okay.
We were a little bit afraid. With North Korea,
Right.
there's always saber rattling and threatening
Absolutely.
war. But the thing that amazed us was in South Korea, when you watch on TV, they make fun of North Korea and they make fun of the dictator of North Korea. Kim Il-jong. I don't know if I'm saying his name properly,
Right.
but they make fun of him a lot.
Okay.
They're not afraid of him over there.
Okay, so what we see is actually when you go there, that's more reality than
Right,
you
they
feel
didn't
it.
see us, and they think we in the United States are more afraid of him than they are.
They are. That is so funny. Well, we have Sergeant Barry today with us, and we're going to take a short break right now. And after the break, when we come back, then we're going to ask his experience, the time that he